Tony, there were 14 lead changes in the game, with the last one coming on that three-pointer that London hit with about 11 minutes left. What allowed you guys to kind of ultimately take control in this one?
I don't know. We never took control, I'll be honest with you. It was a hard-fought game, very physical. We took a step in the right direction in terms of our physicality and our mindset and our patience, but we got a lot of work to do. We got a ways to go, and we'll just keep grinding away. That's how we got to do it. Rodriguez is as quick as they come. Got to the lane at will on us. We had no answer, and we've got to be better than that. But, again, good team, very capable. I liked how our guys responded with some physicality and got it certain times where we needed. Guys made some plays. But, again, we got work to do.
Tony, it seemed like you guys were able to get a big basket every time you needed, but not a big stop.
Right.
Is there any point where you accept that as an identity, or you're just a guy
no,
that
can't. You accept, you're done. You accept that, you're done. You have to fight to make it hard. We didn't do a good job with stops. Again, they're absolutely very hard to guard. We've had trouble with that, but we've got to clean things up and keep coming. But then I'm the wrong guy here if I get that attitude. It won't work. We gotta fight. Our guys have to fight. We got to figure it out. And thank goodness the crowd was fired up and we were in a stance. But our guys have to understand, if we have any notion at all of saying, you know what, good, there, we got it, then we're on the wrong path. Our guys have to keep fighting to get better and better. And we go on the road next, and we haven't been very good on the road, so we got to take another step and figure out what we're made out of.
Yeah, Tony over here. Early in that second half, I think you had like 3 turnovers in your first 4 possessions of the second half, and they had an easy dunk at the other end, and you called timeout there. What was kind of the message during that timeout?
Take care of the ball and try to make them earn shots. Tough way to start. We got beat on a ball screen, got hit on a flare, fouled the three-point shooter, a couple of careless turnovers, and dug ourselves a hole, and they capitalized on it. So, again, just trying to be as sound and tough as possible, and we didn't start the second half the right way.
Tony, as you make out your starting lineups, what effect were you looking for? What message were you sending?
Yeah, I mean, we're searching. We are. I'm just looking for guys that – and I thought we actually started the game with a toughness and a defensive mindset. We got beat quick a couple times, but we bothered at the rim and grabbed some tough rebounds. But we're certainly searching for the right rotations. And, again, no one's clear cut, and that's why it's 10 guys, it's 9 guys, it's 11 guys, and we'll keep working and trying to find the right numbers. Again, sometimes matchups have something to do with that, but certainly searching for the right mix.
It's 59-56 with about a minute left, shot clock coming down, and London puts up was that a floater? Is that something you've seen him work on?
Yeah, I mean, we work on finishing, and guys, we absolutely we actually worked on our finishing after I thought in the Georgia Tech game we left too many points on the table. We missed some finishes, and I thought actually Malcolm finished some. We answered with some big shots when we needed to, and that floater, he kind of was in a spot where he had to do that. They're a good defensive team. They're big at the rim, but that was a huge shot without a doubt.
Tony, as much trouble as Rodriguez gave you off the dribble, were you pleased overall with your defense on McClellan? You really seemed to make him work for his points. I think he was 1 for 5 from 3, and most of them seemed to be contested.
I think we did an okay job. We just got to keep coming. I think that we're a work in progress, and you always are defensively, but it's so much of a mindset. But we got to keep working, and he's box it. He's like a mini DeRozan. Is that what you said when we were walking here? Very strong, very athletic, can rise up and do some things. And at times we kept him in front and bothered, but I just how they got to the rim uncontested and off the ball screen we couldn't show. They missed sometimes more maybe than we stopped them, but we had enough stops and enough big plays. And again, very thankful for the win. Please don't mistake that, because I know we needed it, but I know what's looking us in the eye, and I'm realistic.
Tony, Anthony got a offensive rebound on the first possession of the game, scored on a stick back. He had only 2 rebounds at Georgia Tech. Was he one of the guys you talked to about physicality and the need to be
Yeah, absolutely.
tougher?
Anthony had a hard rebounding game against Georgia Tech, and we needed him to get on the glass and rebound more, and he answered that challenge. We rebounded better tonight not great, but better. And there was an effort to put bodies and to go after the ball. It's one you can't just put a body on someone and then stand there and say, I did my job. You got to know when to release, because we needed, our guards were coming back, and especially when we have Isaiah and Anthony on the floor and we're a little undersized. But you won't win at a high level if you can't rebound the basketball. And I think as you get into ACC play, it's so much more fierce at the rim. The rebounding, offensive, defensive, the plays up there. And if you're going to be a high-level team, you gotta do that.
Tony, it seemed like when you guys were in non-conference play, you guys were pretty crisp with the ball. You could get stops when you wanted to. Last 3 games, it's been a struggle. What happened?
Well, it's harder, tougher games. It's more physical. We played some good teams, but these are more physical teams that are guarding hard, jamming lanes, and I think that that's part of it. And at times we've been a little sloppy. The finesse game doesn't work when you get into conference play. It's a physical game. I talk to guys, it's a blue-collar game. All you got to do is look at our league and see it in most leagues, and you can't get away with just kind of a polite game. It's got to be hard. It's got to be physical. You got to screen. You got to have guys catch the ball. And if you are too finesse-oriented or not tough with the ball or defensively, all those ends, it shows quick. And I think we've been, I don't know if we thought it came too easy, but it's a battle every possession. And I think some of the guys who've helped build this program understand how hard it is. And I think that there's some good messages there in terms of what we've got to try to get back to be our best. I don't know how good this team can be. I just want them to be their best. And I think you can't beat yourself, and that's taking care of the ball, defensive rebound, and all those things. And we've got to keep cleaning that up too.
Tony, even though Malcolm didn't have his best game tonight, he still ended up with 20 points. Talk about how important he's been during this stretch as far as his leadership and just consistency.
Well, I think he was really good. I challenged him in practice, talking to the guys. I just said, this is the experience that our seniors have, our leaders. They have to challenge the guys. They have to encourage, but they have to challenge. They have to be alive, and we need that. And he responded to the challenge, and that's what I'm looking for, because it's like I said, this is a different conference than it's been in years past. We're a different team, so every game we're going to need that kind of stuff, and we have to prepare well for them too. Thank you.